The war had ended, but nobody was relieved, for the reckoning was here. So many questions still unanswered. Who was this spirit? What did it want? Why did the pieces grow old, but the pawns stayed young? Was there a reason, or was the editor just lazy? I guess that one's pretty easy, but the other questions needed answering. And for that, as Yoda would say, keep watching you must.
You ask him.
No, you ask him.
No, you.
For God's sake, I the only one with balls here.
Let's ask him together.
Ask me what?
Who are you, mysterious entity from the sky?
I am the narrator, a Deus Ex Machina preacher, the plot armor of the pieces, and your chess teacher. I am Moyai.
That's awesome.
Legit genius.
Unbelievable. Okay, we have no idea. What is meow?
Not meow, Moyai, a cult of the unimpressed. If nothing impresses you and you have a permanent resting bitch face, you are already a Moyite.
And why are you here?
Exactly that, to answer your stupid freaking questions. Now let the 200 ELO game begin.
I want to impress this Moyai guy. Let's play a solid 2-night opening.
Gotcha.
This is not what I meant. What is this?
This is called the sodium attack.
Can you tell us what that is?
Nah. Wrong again.
I'm listening.
Nah. Oh, come on! Okay, fine. Here's what should have gone differently. Instead of the bishop going there, you should have been the one to marry Courtney Love, and we would still have Kurt Cobain. And also, you should have taken this pawn.
Go protect it.
Always look for unprotected pieces and checks.
In our army or theirs?
Both, if there isn't.
I got it. May I?
Moyai.
Yes, that. Basically what you are saying is if there is an unprotected piece in their army, we protect it, and if it's in ours, we attack it.
No, the opposite.
Got it, got it. If there is an unprotected army in our protect, we piece it, and if in attacks it ours, we.
I knew I should have been a yoga instructor instead.
Hey, that pawn is unprotected. Imma finna attack it for real, for real.
Not on my watch.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks.
That was a bad move going back. The best move in that position was actually king there.
Lol. You do know we are 650 Elo, right? We would die before we intentionally give up our right to castle.
Yes, we only play chess because castling and in Pisan looks cool to us. Look at this. I trapped their queen, single-handedly. It can't go anywhere else.
My man has that negative ELO. Yes, that's it. That's the move that will show up in my post-mortem.
Tell me why.
Each time your opponent moves, they are giving something up. Always think about that. By playing that pawn, he gave up protection of this square. You could have used that.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Mojo Rojo just told you 10 seconds ago to use that square to give a check, but you missed it again.
Apologies. I have short-term memory. Los Angeles must be great this time of year. I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
Checks and threats.
Okay, but why are you telling me that?
Because you just asked me.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
If I didn't have a god complex, I would pray to God to kill me right now.
But a free pawn.
I have to go here. No other squares are available.
Oh, now you want to get on top? Guess what? Now I'm tired.
Whatever.
They just gave up their queen.
We're in the endgame now.
Nah, you petty pathetic patzers need to understand not every queenless position is considered an endgame.
You are one rude caveman.
I prefer Neanderthal.
We need more pieces activated. Bishop, you go. Alright, who else wants to get activated?
Oh,
Nah, I'm
not
good, fam,
at all.
thanks.
I love this square.
Fine, I'll do it.
Aha, check.
That square was protected twice by the knight and by the rook. No chess player could ever place a queen there.
Tal would have done.
Yes, but Tal was a genius who could see 20 moves ahead, while you cannot even see 2 moves behind.
No, nobody can make moves on my behind without me seeing it.
Whoa, that's homophobic, bro.
What? How is that homophobic?
Because he meant something else when he said behind, and you used a completely different meaning.
That's a homophone, he whose folly knows no bounds.
Don't be stupid. That's when two phones insert their SIM cards in each other's slots and pray nobody tells their motherboards.
Wait, then what is that feeling when a homie of mine is sad and I'm feeling something special for him like sympathy and empathy combined? Is that homo?
No, That's homeopathy, completely different.
Gotcha. Go ahead then.
Wait, don't move. Let me summon the narrator first.
How to summon him?
By saying something that rhymes. Watch. The comparative degree of great is greater. Narrator, please come for me.
That didn't rhyme?
And you don't see him around either? Because it takes the strength of 10,000 Gandalf-level sorcerer for it to work.
Hot pot.
Did someone call me?
Yes, I did. Take the wheel from here.
Of course, Overlord Moyai. But where are you going?
To take a Tylenol. Until next time.
Whitens immediately looked to open up the center because the Blackites were uncastled. Even though the pawns were equal on both sides, but the evaluation, much like Evander Holyfield's ears, came out uneven. And much like boxing, blacks were better here too. Whitens had started losing it, the battle and their minds alike. They were now down a piece, but their rooks were causing mayhem all over the board. It was hard to say which one was creating more problems, mostly because they were physically homogeneous.
Isn't that when?
No. That's when the Blackites decided to hide their king on one side and Whitens pulled up their tighty-whities to start pushing their pawns. They were down a piece, but they were up 3 pawns, and Blackites were starting to get nervous. They knew they were going to mess this up somehow, just like you do when you're up a piece in the endgame. Whitens were repeating because they were okay with a draw, but Blackites would rather, well, they would rather not draw than draw, so they moved their king instead.
They are going to keep moving their rook on the white squares, and if we don't do something soon,
Then they will claim a draw through the 50-move rule.
What's the 50 moves rule? Isn't it obvious that you can't do the dance from In the Club by 50 Cent in a party thrown by Ja Rule?
50-move rule states a player can claim a draw if no capture has been made and no pawn has been moved in the last 50 moves.
I will have to sack myself for that pawn if this continues.
Sack as in sacrifice. No, sack as in the surname. Okay, there are no humans who have that surname. Of course there are. In fact, I'm pretty close to one of them. What's his first name? Mr. Ball.
And so they started shuffling back and forth. Whitens in the hopes of a draw, but the bishop was a bishop and he was having none of it. None intended. Now Whitens were up 2 pawns, but not for long. Blackites had now invaded their territory and were harassing their king like their king was Mike Tyson, and they were the letter S. But the Blackites weren't the brightest of the lot, and after missing a free rook 27 times at least, they lost on time. Now it's time to summon Overlord Moyai so he can enlighten us with his end-of-the-day quotes.
How do you summon him?
It's simple. You have to say something that doesn't rhyme.
Like what?
Did someone call me?
Oh, Overlord Moyai, what did you think of this game?
This game will help the Russians in the years to come.
Do you mean that, Overlord Meow?
Yes, of course. They will use it to torture and extract information from their captives. Don't believe me? Ask my friend Stockfish.